Hello, my dear friends and my dear children. Today I am going to teach you one of the essays of E.V. Lucas, Tight Corners. Now, as far as the very title of the essay goes, Tight Corners, what do you mean by tight corners? Now, tight corners means difficult situations. Now, the situations can be both, tight corners can be both physical as well as mental. And when it is a physical situation, supposing you are caught up with in a four-story building and you are right at the top and the building has caught fire, or you have come across a lion in front of you, or you are stranded on a wounded elephant, you are mounted on a wounded elephant, and your life is in jeopardy. You just do not know what to do. And when you are caught up in such physical situations, physical tight corners, naturally, the first and the foremost thought that comes to your mind is how to save your life. But more than that is the mental difficulty, the mental tight corners, the mental situations that you have to face, where it is very difficult to come out and you do not have much options. So, this E.V. Lucas, the writer, he was once strolling with his friend who had come from abroad on the King's Street. And while he was strolling, there was an auction going on in the neighborhood. And the friend just suggested, let's go and see the sale. So we all went there. And the sale was going on at the Christie's of the Barbizon pictures. Beautiful pictures. And people were auctioning the pictures, were beginning from 50 guineas to 100 guineas to 150. And the figure reached to 4,000 at least. So I, just in that mood, he says, the writer says, I just kept on bidding. And once it happened that a big Barbizon picture was put up for display, and a short man with a red face and a high hat, he bidded the picture, or rather he auctioned the picture at 4,000 guineas. And as I was in the habit of putting in my share, I said 4,050. And then the auctioneer looked around the place if anybody is going to bid for more. But what happened? Nobody said a word. And the hammer fell. And there I was caught. I had purchased a picture which I did not want. And when I was looking how I will go through this trauma of paying 4,050 guineas when I do not have more than 63 pounds in the bank, and I do not have 500 securities to rely upon, and there is no relative from whom I could borrow the money also. So I was so much in a state of mental trauma. I looked towards my friend. And what I saw, that my friend has left me in lurch, and he was standing in one of the corners and laughing at the situation. Because who came into this situation? I myself, in my own foolishness. And then I was thinking and remembering God, that how I could get out of the situation. So the auctioneer, he came to me, he asked for my card, because I was supposed to be the millionaire who had purchased a picture which nobody had purchased at 4,050 guineas. And I was the thought was just running in my mind from where I could get the money, but I failed to do so. And then finally, while I was standing in the queue of the purchasers, suddenly a messenger came by my side, and he said, are you the man who have purchased the Barbizon picture? I said, yes. Says, well, my boss, or rather my master, he has asked, if he pays you 50 guineas, will you let go of the purchase? And what more earthly situation and what more heavenly pleasure I could get, that 50 guineas, if he would have paid 50 farthing also, I would have let go the picture. But then, a little sense prevailed, a little cunningness prevailed in his mind, and he said, well, why 50? Give me 100 and I will let go. And the messenger, he went back and came with the answer that yes, he is ready with the 100. So here I was, who had through my own cunningness, got 100 guineas, as well as I had not purchased, I got out of that mental tight corner, but this was something which was indelibly printed on my mind and something which I could never forget. And at the same time, he says, I could not forget the deplorable mirth of my friend who was laughing by my side and away from me when he found me in that tight situation. So this is this prose, rather I would say this essay, which E.V. Lucas wrote, is almost like an anecdote, a short story in which he is relating the incident and how he was caught up in that difficult mental situation. And there is a controversy regarding that the person who was really caught up in that situation, was it the writer himself or any other person. But if it was the writer E.V. Lucas, then of course this literary work seems to be a masterpiece. So children, it's not only the physical situations that can put you in a fix and that can put you in a danger, and how your mind and your whole body is trembling and nervous at the thought of how to get out of that physical situation, but mental situations also can really jeopardize your life more than your physical tight corners. Thank you so much.